What's up guys, it's Zarek here. Today we are VOD reviewing Bebe, who I'm sure many of you know him, very popular streamer and very, very good player on the Korean server. So I like watching Bebe's streams a lot. I like watching his content. One of the main reasons I wanted to check him out today is that he hit rank 1 on Korea again. He is someone who is very, very often at the top of the ladder. He plays a ton, he's very consistent, and he's been spamming a lot of Mascot reroll, which is just kind of a gross comp that a lot of people, and you see all the scouting he's doing. It looks like there's 2, maybe 3 people potentially going Mascot reroll angle. So I want to see how he plays the Mascot reroll angle if he ends up playing it. Hey, what's up, David? How's it going? But yeah, okay. Interesting here. Like you get the Jax and the Vayne. The Jax angle looks kind of scuffed, but I mean it could always be like Redemption plus this. Doesn't really have any bruisers. He's definitely like angling Mascot. Okay, so these are his augment choices. Every time I pause the stream, it gives me 3 ads, so I can't actually analyze that much, but I think all of those are honestly fine. I'm actually pretty surprised about the reroll. I thought consistency is pretty strong in a reroll comp like this. I actually have to go look at the stats. Oh, and this is a really interesting decision, because he can hold all these units, or he can make gold. Is he really going to make gold here? This is really... Okay, yeah, there's no way, right? You definitely hold all these pairs. There's no shot that you make 10. Which means he should have held those other units, I believe. But whatever. I mean, it's not like he's going to pre-level here or anything. Okay, and so he's definitely featherweights, kind of committed to the Mascot reroll angle, like definitely. But yeah, like I said, I think I said this at least. Bebe has been, oh my god, he naturaled a yuumi? The god of TFT? This is actually such insane shops. Oh, he did sell the malphite. So this is really crucial. Because it's really interesting with this comp, prioritizing like what units you want to actually hold versus like make econ. Malphite is a unit that you want in this comp. Also, he made his board weaker here to try to guarantee his loss. I think that's really smart as well. Ooh, but does he actually lose this? It's for Sunfire board? Yeah, I think the Camille's got it. Really huge play here. That was beautiful. Okay. I mean, this is definitely how you have to do it if you want to play this comp. I mean, that's an incredible loss. The difference between losing that round and winning it is actually huge. So, like, these are the tiny little optimizations that you have to make when people say, like, oh, reroll, no skill. But, like the difference between him losing that round and winning that round is actually insanely huge. And now he scouts around, sees mostly strong boards. I know we're on 2x speed and Bebe scouts really fast. So it's going to be hard to see everything, but you can get an idea. Oh, he even takes the galio out here to try to lose here. He didn't need to for this fight, but I mean, there might have been a player he was going to beat. So yeah, I like that a lot. I imagine he went tier start, so he could try to go for another tier and just get a rod here, or he could just complete the blue buff. Let's see what the cost of the units is. Like I said, I don't think I can pause the VOD, which means we're just going all the way in. There's a 3-cost tier. You probably just take that, right? Yeah, it looks like he's going for it. The thing about this comp is you definitely need 2 tiers. You can use more, though. Archangels is fine. Hodge is fine. You only really need 1 rod for, like, a JG, and then you get, like, JS. It's so tricky when you natural out of malphites and great for your ability to hit the 1 cost. Yeah, like, legit, I had a game on stream yesterday where I hit really early malphite 2, and, like, it honestly felt kind of bad. Because I was like, fuck, I'm so poor. Because I have this malphite too, but my board, I mean, I ended up going like second that game or something. And also, if I played that game better, I'm pretty sure I could have easily gone first. Okay, he slams the tier here, or the blue buff, the entire blue buff here, because he knows he's fighting a level 5 player with exiles, so it's pretty much impossible for him to win this fight, so he just wants to kill as many as possible. Kills 1. Okay. And here's a really big round. He has to scout and lose this fight. He could even potentially take out yuumi, because there's one more player that's full loss streak, the 74 HP player, so if he wins it... Oh, wait, he's not... They're actually not in his pool, though. That's really good. So it's just these players who... I think he's in the clear. I don't think he even has to make his board really weak. I think... I was looking at both those people. Aren't they both level 5? Yeah. So he's chilling. He doesn't actually have to make his board too weak. Like, yeah, this is maybe even, like, the weaker board. But yeah, like, he'll never win any of these fights. Might kill 2 units? Oh, and I really love this. Thinking about slamming the Giant's Belt if it makes a difference between... This is like one of the things that makes Bebe so good is those tiny little optimizations. Like thinking about potentially slamming that Giant's Belt. And that's 5 HP's natural. But yeah, 70 HP, 5 loss streak is really, really good. You can easily be 60 HP in this exact same position. So really good job by Bebe to save HP, take some of those not so bad losses, slam the item unreasonable, but also made his board weak and reasonable. So really well played so far. There's like a potential BT that you could build here. Oh, you could also just go Declaw, and then the sword becomes like a Giant Slayer. I don't hate Declaw. You should scout the lobby and see how much AP there is. Okay, so he's going to hyper roll a bit. I mean, he's so close to GP3 that I think this is really good. And I like to roll down to like 33 gold here. I'm interested to see how deep he actually rolls. Because he's so close to GP, I think, yeah, it's quite reasonable to go for that. And then he just plays the 3 supers and ends up building default on GP, wow. Oh, that's quite interesting. Because, I mean, it's definitely strongest on GP for now. Like, I would always think of potentially, or just putting that on my tank, because it's going to be better on them later, but, huh. That's definitely an interesting approach. Invigorate is really good, and which one is that malphite? Oh shoot, I have to look it up. I can't pause, or else Twitch is going to give me 3 ads for fun. Let's figure out which malphite. That must be the malphite support augment. So, I don't think I've taken that one before. Guardian Spirit. When you feel your team restores 20% of their missing health when they cast abilities. Seems very good. Yeah, okay. I'm down for that. Actually, it might even be better than... It probably is better than Invigorate when you have all these huge tanks. Especially with blue buff Yuumi. Okay, yeah, it's always that. That makes sense. Because, I mean, Invigorate is still quite good. You're always going to have it in, but... It's extra attack speed, which is good, but with like blue buff, Yuumi's going to cast so frequently, and all your tanks are going to cast so much. Yeah, seems great. So, I mean, this is a really good spot. He's actually, like, I mean, not that close to Nasus, because he's not actually fielding a Nasus, so he only has 4 Nasus and 4 Galios, but that's a decent amount. 65 HP isn't too bad either. Only thing I didn't see about this game, I know he scouted at the beginning, but I didn't see exactly how many units he had, or not how many units, but how contested this comp was. So I'm interested to actually see if he ends up, like, how contested he ends up. But, I mean, it's a really good setup to play yuumi Reroll, and I really loved how he played the early stage. Okay, so he has the sword. Giant Slayer seems reasonable. He could go for a BT. He could finish that Giant Spelt item. He goes for Glove here. Interesting, just for a JG. He likes to play supers and then a 2-cost carry and giving items on GP. That's interesting. I haven't watched that much of Bebe, but yeah, he just likes GP as an item carry. I mean, he's a strong unit for sure. So he just took the glove to get JG later. I'm surprised he didn't actually go for an item to slam here. And there's interesting Yuumi positioning. It's 3rd hex, but 1 from the left. Is this to optimize him, or to allow Yuumi to hit backline? She did actually end up hitting Kale there. So is that like best Yuumi positioning? Because I've been going like Yuumi all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Made a video about it recently. Ooh, interesting. I mean, I know supers are very, very strong. So I mean, surely he's just gonna leave these items on GP the whole game. But yeah, that's quite interesting. Okay. He overrolled a bit here. Well, it's really he just hit a shop that had a ton of units in, but now he's at 49 gold. So if he loses, he's just gonna miss out on 1 econ. Unless he sells this Lee Sin, but I don't think it's that. I don't know. He has it all the way on the right, like he's thinking about selling it. I don't think you should. I think the Lee Sin is worth the 1 gold, but we'll see what he ends up doing, because he should probably lose this fight, considering that's a humongous Jax. Actually, it's kind of close. Oh my god, he wrecked it. Nice. Wow. This declaw GP is actually a monster. He does also all the little optimizations where he's like holding extra 1 cost to increase his chance of hitting very slightly. Like I said, I think like one great thing to learn from Bebe is just these tiny little optimizations, just like not being lazy about anything. So speaking of tiny optimizations, he should have sold the Wukong to give more room on his bench to hit other units. That would have been slightly better. Once again, it's a small thing. Okay, he hopes he doesn't. I'm curious if he hits here, does he level? Does he level to 6 here so that he has an extra slot? He does, okay. Because yeah, that's something I see a lot of players think about doing, is that like you actually get another bench spot if you level up. The problem is that, you know, you decrease your chance of hitting these 1 costs, but I think it's actually completely fine in this comp because you have a lot to roll for on 6 as well. So we can still hit like Nasus and Galio on 6, but then he can also hit like Lee Sin 3, Malphite 3. So I think that makes perfect sense. Stand, Jeweled Lotus, threats. None of these are great. Yeah, I think it has to be Jeweled Lotus. Oh, but now that's so rough. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, finally he hits. But yeah, this is one of the comps that it's most painful to roll down for in this way, because you can just end up with not enough bench space because you're rolling for so many units. Okay. Not the end of the world though. Yeah, this board you just roll for like 6 3-stars, so like if you miss any of them, or if you hit them in the wrong order, it can really mess you up. But I think that leveling to 6 tech is really, really good. I've seen a lot of players do that, and I think it makes perfect sense. Just to save the bench space. Alright. So, I mean, 58 HP, the only scary thing, he's a little... Oh, he actually rolls it down here, wow. Yeah, I mean, I think Yuumi 2's too big. Okay. Now he's one off Nasus. He keeps doing the Yuumi over there. I like his positioning a lot. You know, he's very, very diligent with his positioning as well. Always just swapping sides, right? I think he also... It seems like him taking that glove means he really prioritizes JG on Yuumi. I mean, the JG slam and the Sunfire slam, of course, made sense. But, like, taking glove when he could have potentially just taken, like, a frontline item for GP, I mean, it makes sense. I think this JG item's obviously very good. Went, like, GS here, right? With the sword? I think so. The other option is, like, BT. I would just take GS here. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it has to be. Okay, and now I'm curious when he rolls more. Like, you can either econ up, or you can just, like, think about rolling it down for Nasus. I think the board's relatively... Okay, no, he's going to roll for Nasus, yeah. I was going to say, I think the board's pretty stable. Okay, but I mean, with Nasus, it's obviously even more stable. Okay, now, surely you econ up. And then we're going to roll down for Malphite 3 and Yuumi. Because we're only 3 Malphites off. It's just... Being 6 Yuumis off hurts a little bit, but need to econ up a bit. This is something that so many high-low players do, is they just play so aggro with their econ. Just, like, never greedy at all. Like, he could definitely afford to greed a little bit here, but he decides not to. Because he just really wants to hit that upgrade. And I mean, it's a huge buff for your team, right? You get the supers buff. You get just a 3-star unit. I think GP, is it better than Galio or Elite? I don't know. I've never gone this angle before, but someone in my Twitch chat, your name is blue, so it's even hard to read. Shiki said that he really likes to itemize Gangplank. So maybe this is just like a Bebe tech, but he's been playing this comp a lot, so maybe that is just the tech, just itemize GP a lot compared to like on someone else. It's also, the other reasoning is that he hit GP3 really early this game. So there's like, it makes a lot of sense to itemize a GP3 over like a Lee Sin 2, something like that. But I'd be interested in actually watching. I'm kind of down to watch another one of his VODs on Yuumi so we can see what he does, because it's really interesting how he itemizes this GP, which is something that not a lot of people do, I think. Redemption is good, or even blue buff is good as well. I think Redemption synergizes too well with these other items. Okay, he's gonna go blue though. I mean, actually, blue buff has, wait, I guess it's blue buff just because it has synergy with, and yeah, I'm down to roll down here for Malphite 3 and then chill. He's only rolling for 2 units though, so it's a little rough. He actually missed pretty hard. Okay, yeah, he completely missed. But yeah, blue buff actually has so much synergy with the Malphite. Your augment that, yeah, okay, it definitely has to be blue buff now that I think about it. Redemption is quite good too, but in this spot with this hero augment, I think it's blue. I think without it, I would go Redemption, but I'm also a big Redemption lover, and I think most people think this item kind of sucks, so maybe that's part of it as well, that I overrate the item too much. As far as I know, he gives carry items to GP. I mean, surely you give carry, like, GP gets your, like, secondary carry items, right? And Yuumi gets your carry items first. Like, there's no way he's itemizing GP carry before Yuumi, right? Right? I don't know. I'm down to watch another VOD of his, because I'd really like to see how he plays this comp. I mean, it's a very, very strong comp. I think there's a lot. It's actually, like, you know, it's like reroll, so everyone's like, oh, you know, it's XDDD, you know, Yuumi reroll, but, like, there's actually, like, a lot to be learned from it. There's a lot of small optimizations. Like, the way he played this game is very good. Hey, what's up, X-Bloomy? How's it going? Okay. But yeah, like, I don't know. I really like how he played this game out. I think the stage 2 was very, very well played, and I'm really interested in this, like, itemizing GP tech with these more, like, he's tanky, but then he goes the blue buff, which also makes him more tanky with the Malphite Hero augment, but also just allows him to deal some damage. Like, as far as damage dealt, I haven't actually been looking at the chart too closely, but yeah, like, GP actually dealt more than Yuumi here. If he doesn't play Yuumi, he just gives AP items to GP. Oh, interesting. So he's just going supers in general. Mascot, Spat, Nunu. Probably has to be that, right? But he's so far from Yuumi, that's the only problem. Like, he rolled down so aggressively that now, I mean, it allowed him to stabilize really well. Oh my god, he goes 7 here. Oh my gosh. That's wild. He sends the blue buff because it's Jewel Lotus. That's true, that's another good reason. Wow. I wonder how he ends up placing this game. I would always dig for the Yuumi more here, but he goes just level... I mean, this is a huge power spike, right? To get 6 Mascot in with a Mascot Nunu. So I wonder if you can just even, like, potentially go first with Yuumi too from this spot. See, like, once again, like, this is, I don't know, a really, really cool way to play this comp, where he's actually just not even taking the Yuumi 3. Itemizing GP holds your HP pretty well and early too. Yeah, I mean, definitely this game because he hit GP 3 early. But, like, I wonder if he has, like, a GP 2 and, like, surely if he hits GP 2 and has, like, Galio 3, he just itemizes Galio, I would imagine. Ooh, and look at this, the split positioning versus this MF Samira board. Oh my god, the Yuumi almost one-shot Samira. Or the MF, I mean. Yeah, this board looks so good. I wonder what the cap on this board, like, can you go first from the spot? I mean, it looks very, very strong. Even with Yuumi too. That's so insane, actually. Okay, I feel like I learned a ton about playing this comp from just watching this one game. Like, I feel like there's so many things. Like the going level 6 tech, like the itemizing GP tech, which I want to learn more, the pushing an extra level, like even potentially abandoning hitting Yuumi 3, which seems crazy to me, but looks really good in this spot. Yeah, I think the big reason, yeah, the heal on cast is really nice. Alice? Or just like Warmogs for one of your frontliners? Gotta be, right? Like malphite. None of them like scale insanely well with HP, right? So I would just put on the highest cost unit, either Lee or malphite, but probably malphite because I feel like he's gonna tank more. Oh, he puts on a Nunu? Huh? Really? Nunu over... That's crazy to me. Oh, Yuumi got assassinated here. That's kind of rough. NGP... Oh my god, he's so tanky with this malphite augment. Man, this malphite augment actually seems insane with this board. It's so good. Rolling here for what? I'm not really sure, actually. Because I think he could go 8 from this spot. He's still looking... I guess he's looking for Yuumi on 7, which still it's 30% odds to hit. It's still quite reasonable. Yeah, because the other option is go 8, but what are you actually going 8 for? It's more important to hit... You can hit Yuumi on 7. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, it looks like he's going to lose this fight, probably. Yeah. Oh shit, I don't have notifications on, but thank you for the sub, Ryu. Here, I'll swap over this so you get the notification. But yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, so yeah, he's just going to roll it down for Yuumi here, and ideally he hits. He's actually making... Like, why did he make a rel too? He knowers? Just to decrease... Just to take them out of the pool? I don't know that it's worth 1 gold. Came in a bit late. Is he generally itemizing GP? Why GP over units like malphite? I don't know. This is the first VOD I've watched of him today. This is my first VOD review. But yeah, he did. I mean, he hit GP 3 like way before he hit like malphite. So that might be it. Or he might just prefer itemizing GP. I'm not actually sure yet. I think an just spat. Okay, Onyx Spark seems really good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, everything else. Oh my god. Like, what is this? He's gonna play a random Vi 3? Like, he's really holding these units just to keep them out of the pool. Let's go crazy. Like, is it really worth the gold to hold all these units as well? Yeah, that's wild to me. Hype. Thank you for the sub, Ryu. But yeah, that's insane. Like, how much do your odds of hitting a Yuumi go up when you take 3 Vis out of the pool? It's not that much. Like, it's definitely worth doing if you can. But now he's just sacked, like, yeah. I don't know. That's wild to me, because he ends up, like, sacking also just econ, holding 3 Vis, like 6 Vis, actually. He had, like, 18. Like, he probably could have made multiple golden econ and got an extra roll from that. It looks like he's potentially just gonna go second this game. There's no way you roll here, right? He could make... I didn't see how much gold he had. Maybe he couldn't have made econ. But yeah, this strikes me as odd. But, I mean, still though, overall a really well played game. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he's done the math and like the increase in odds of hitting Yuumi is non-trivial. I thought it was pretty small. I don't know, what's the board he's playing against? Because yeah, Redemption could be really good. Yeah, no Yuumi. Couldn't hit... Oh my god, wait, he did hit Yuumi in the last roll. Are you kidding me? The god of TFT. Is that enough to swing the matchup? He's on the correct side to... Oh, he gets shrouded, but he can assassinate MF here. He does. One-shotter. Oh my god. What an insane game. That's it. Oh my goodness. All right. Absolute tier. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch down below.